pre-65, and then we also do quite a bit of Medicare. So, these are stages that people are going to go through that we can help them all the way along. As far as individual health insurance for people who are losing coverage because of a divorce, we definitely want to make sure that we look at not only what's available outside in the market, but that the spouse who's losing the coverage through the other spouse's employer, that spouse's employer is following the federal laws. So we need to make sure they're being offered COBRA, because if you take a spouse as a former spouse off, they still should be offered COBRA, and we see it a lot of times that they're not.
Yeah, but Melissa, isn't that really highly expensive, cost prohibitive, really?
Well, so COBRA, how COBRA works is it's the exact same plan that they're on now. It just eliminates the employer's contribution.
Right.
So depending on how old you are, individual health insurance, if you're not qualify for any sort of help from the government with a subsidy or a premium tax credit, COBRA could actually be a cheaper option versus individual health insurance. So it's going to be important that the clients, when we go over the options for the individual, that we get a handle on what they're being offered through the employer, so that we can compare those two things.
And that's part of what we do, is we always put them on alert, and we tell them to check into the COBRA to find out what the number is. But historically, we've always found it really not a viable option because it's so costly.
Yeah, and again, sometimes it's going to depend on the plan.
Yeah.
What are you getting for that amount versus what we can find on individual health insurance? It's just always a good idea, especially if it might be somebody seeking treatment for a chronic disease. And we just want to make sure that, yes, this number is a lot, but if you switch to this plan, treatment for that disease is going to cost you double. So we have to look at the premium and what you're getting for that premium. Yeah, so that in a nutshell, that's basically what we do. And then as people age up and get into Medicare age brackets, then we can help them, transition from either COBRA, individual health insurance, into Medicare. If they have kids and the kids aren't going to be on the former employer's group plan, we can look at CHIP for them or different things that are available for kids. So, and the best part is that our services come at no cost. So we get paid from the carriers. So if we write a policy, that carrier pays us. And then as far as any sort of COBRA comparison or all that, we would just do that as a value add as a vendor partner with you guys. So we would offer that. Even if somebody was going to take COBRA and they didn't really fully understand what the benefits were, we're happy to go over them just so that they know how it all works.
It used to be, and we need to know if it's still true today, that you had 30 days after the divorce decree was issued before the insurance had to be switched. Is that still the case? Is there a 30-day grace period still?
Yeah, I actually think it's 45 for a life event. I believe it's a 45-day grace period for a life event where they have to be alerted. But I will definitely confirm that. And then, so once the divorce decree, say it comes on like the middle of the month, in small group, a lot of the carriers let you go through the end of the month type of thing. And then the new plan would need to start on the first of the month.
And our goal is to always have them a little bit ahead. And have them done the research, and because we do budgets and they need to plug that insurance number into their budgets, and it's usually a big one. So we want it identified as an expense and have that spouse that needs new insurance lined up. I typically was always a little nervous about pushing it out to what I thought was 30 days. I recommended that they have it in place, before the divorce decree comes through. And for
Sure.
the attorneys, that's really important to have that all lined up, because the last thing you want is a divorce decree to come and then the news, you don't have any insurance coverage. So that's why this is so important. These people are going through so much already, and our job anticipate everything that we can and have it lined up so that there's fewer bumps in the road when they get through our program.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what's great about the state of Pennsylvania is the new state exchange through Penny. And so we've been quite busy with that, which we thought was going to close up, but then they reopened it back up through the end of June. So people who aren't covered right now, for monetary purposes or whatever, we've been getting people on the exchange, and they've even increased the premium tax credits by a lot. So if you end up with someone who is getting divorced and has a lower income just because they're trying to build themselves back up, or they have been not working for a period of time, or for whatever situation, we helped a lady today get a plan. She got a $750 premium tax credit. She has to pay $100 for her health insurance.
Wow.
In 2021.
Wow.
So it's been good. Yeah. And then the new law that was signed yesterday, anybody who's on unemployment, there's going to be no cost to them to come on to the plans.
Oh my gosh.
So at least we can start getting people covered, low amounts that they're going to have to pay out of their pocket. And then as they build themselves back up, they have some time to do that.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. You're a good neighbor.
I try. Well, I think, I have gone through a divorce myself and realized how emotional and complicated and there's so many layers that if we can certainly make one of them easier for anybody, I think that's what you need to do.
And our job is try to make all of the layers easier for them.
Correct.
That's why we're having this conversation, and so much appreciate you as a resource, especially having been there, and
Yes,
how difficult it can be. So
exactly. Yep, definitely.
Mike, do you have any questions? We lost Debbie.
Yeah.
Hi, Melissa.
Hi,
I
Mike.
did get your email, and I apologize for not calling
That is
to
okay.
introduce myself. I've already sent out your information to at least 5 clients already, so hopefully you'll start seeing some of those people reach out to you, because your service is going to be awesome to have.
Great.
Because I run into this all the time. The other party really has no idea what they're going to do, and like Keela says, it's definitely something that'll help them alleviate that worry. I was going to ask if you have, like, in this, would you have a ballpark? I know you just talked about, like, it's kind of all over the place, because if you're in the lower income bracket, then you can get different services. But I was just thinking along the lines of what Keela was talking about with the budgeting and everything. If we could throw a figure, at these people, that would help. Or is that just kind of?
Can I speak to that, Mike? I'd prefer to have that number plugged into the budget.
Okay.
So I'd prefer not to have any vague
Estimates.
assumptions. Yeah,
Okay.
I'd like the real number, and that forces them to work with Melissa and have it lined up. So it's double duty. Yeah.
Right. And I can tell you that, the number part is difficult only in the fact that individual health insurance pricing is based on your date of birth. So,
Okay.
but I can
All right.
get you a number immediately. One of the things that I was thinking of doing to kind of ease this is get a link put onto my website where, I have one for individual health insurance, so we could use that, but maybe one that specifically deals with your clients. All they have to do is plug their information in. So it's name, date of birth, and home, and their zip code. And I can turn around a quote in 15 minutes.
Wow.
And then
okay.
I can just go over. So we could get you those numbers really quickly from you, from someone giving me the information, and then we can kind of dial it in. Because, you know, you've got people who have little medical needs to people who have a ton of medical needs. So we just want to make sure that we're focusing on both aspects of, you know, the premium, but also what are you going to get for that premium?
So it's almost like if I get that information for you, I can offer that as an extension, like, hey, I can get you not a firm quote, but a quote.
I think it's better to just connect the client with her,
Okay,
because
okay.
once you get into that loop, it's more headaches that you don't want, and they should just go directly, I
Okay,
think.
that's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, that's fine. But I mean, if you wanted to discuss with me things about your client that I won't necessarily know, to give me more information, or you want to be in the loop, whatever is easiest for you guys is fine with me. I've done it either way. I work with the Women's Place with their abuse victims who need health insurance. And sometimes I get more information so that I can help them. Sometimes I get less, you know, so it's really however you guys want to do it individually is fine with me.
Yeah. Well, we like to just connect them with you, and then, you know, they can come back to us with a number, because I mean, they have to be empowered to handle this themselves.
Sure. Mhm.
And we're dealing as attorneys with so many aspects that normally attorneys aren't dealing with, that
Right.
we'd rather have them build a relationship with you where it's direct and having us not in the middle.
Okay.
The only other thing is maybe you and Barbara can work on backlinking our websites.
Yes.
Yep. And then
Sounds good.
when you and I do our kind of interview, I've been taking notes here. We'll kind of structure it around the discussion that we had today, and you know, in the video, et cetera. I'll put in your contact information, and then we will link to you, and you will link to us.
That sounds perfect.
Okay.
And
Sounds
then
great.
Barbara, you'll send out her contact information and this recording to the attorneys that weren't present today.
Yep.
All right, we got it covered.
Awesome. Okay, great.
Okay, Melissa, thank you so much.
Thank
Of
you.
course, no problem. It's nice meeting you all.
Nice meeting you
Nice to meet
too.
you
All right, take
Take
care.
care. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Barbara and Marisol, you want to hang on?
Okay.
All
We're
right,
hanging.
Mike, you get a get out of jail free card.
You know, one thing that I found in doing some of the research on this whole health insurance
Mhm.
thing, in several states, the moment that you file for divorce,
Uh-huh.
the employer, it forces you to take that person off the insurance. They're immediately kicked off the insurance just when you file, not when
In
the divorce.
Pennsylvania?
No. I said in some states.
Oh,
So
okay.
because I ran across that, I was like, what? And
That's really lousy.
yep. And
That's a double whammy.
yeah.
We're getting,
I remember
divorcing
Anna,
you and cutting you off of my insurance.
yeah. Yeah. And then, you know, and then if the divorce doesn't go through,
Yeah.
you know,
And
I
it
mean,
could
what a
take
mess.
years and years
Mess.
of
Yeah.
litigation. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
That's something.
It's one of those little tidbits of information, you know.
Yeah. I wonder, I mean, we're dealing primarily with Pennsylvania and New
Right.
Jersey.
Yeah.
So I wonder what it's like in New Jersey.
I think it's the same as here. It's like it's
Okay.
based on the divorce decree, not on the filing.
Right. Okay. All right. Anything else happening there? We've got 5 clients and we're halfway through the month almost. No?
I think we have 6.
Oh, excuse me. That's great. So only 2 more to go to break even for this month, right? Terrific. Wow.
That's why
Yeah.
I'm celebrating by walking to Jules. I'm just enjoying the beautiful day because I was supposed to go for a walk yesterday, but was all by myself.
Oh, that's right. You were. I remember that.
Mike is singing all by myself because I said it.
God, did you tell him to keep his day job, or has he got a good voice?
Hold on. Hey, Mike. Keela told me to tell you to keep your day job.
I said only if he didn't have a good voice. If he's got a good voice.
Let's just put it, karaoke night is not on his list.
All right.
Okay.
I have to make a couple of stops and I'll get into the office. I've got a bookkeeper coming in at 3. Marisol, have you been able to schedule any of those other bookkeeper
I
meetings?
sent emails to,
Okay.
get them, on the Zoom meetings and stuff like that. So they
Okay.
haven't gone back to me yet.
Okay. I think it's going through the Craigslist site so that they don't have my direct
No, they
contact
wouldn't.
information.
No,
No,
but,
for your protection.
yeah,
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying
Yeah.
that could explain the delay. Yeah.
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 So, but we've got one sounds good coming in today from Quakertown, so we'll talk to
wow.
her
Okay.
and see how that goes. And
So she's coming into the office?
yes, she is.
Okay.
She
Yeah,
is.
I wasn't,
I also mentioned to my church that
Uh-huh.
we were looking for a part-time bookkeeper. So
Uh-huh.
might get something from the church because
Okay.
they're always trying to help people find work. And
Okay.
so a lot of the local businesses, will contact them in addition to Craigslist.
That you really have a good church. It's,
Oh, I do.
I keep hearing all of the kind
It
of
is
out
a
of the
good church.
box stuff that they do.
Oh yeah, next weekend is Women's Weekend, and they have this huge event every year, and we bring like 3 churches together. Now we have a huge auditorium, but
Uh-huh.
we have speakers and all sorts of things just about women, and so it is a good kind of a fellowship. That was the way I started meeting people in the area where I
Uh-huh.
live, as without being work related. Because
Ah.
it's, unless you like run them over with your grocery buggy.
Yeah. You bring a pile of the ARC brochures.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right. And then you're gonna backlink with Melissa.
Uh-huh. And Jason and I
Yeah.
talked, or we emailed yesterday about he had a very specific way he
Uh-huh.
wanted me to backlink, which I thought was great.
Yeah. But we'll just keep slowly building
Mhm.
those links and that will help. Are we going to give them permission to increase our ad spend to
I
what
like
they're proposing?
I think it was interesting that in the email yesterday he came back with the number $35. Did you see that?
Yeah.
And that was what I said. We could essentially kind of go up a little bit.
Yeah.
Go up $35 more to it's like $17.50 per click. So okay, $35 more
Okay.
isn't too bad. But
So you're gonna let them know that?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I will.
All right. Anything else going on there?
no, but I did actually, I think it's actually, I know you and I had spoken yesterday about, where is it? The smearing and stuff like that.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So I think for now, I'll just do the labels.
Labels. Okay.
So I'm going to do clear labels. So I had to order some clear labels since the other ones
Okay.
are already used
Okay.
with,
right.
our addresses and stuff like that. And it's my first time actually ordering a 1-hour pickup, from Staples.
Oh,
Because you can,
okay.
either have it delivered next day or you can order it online and have it, ready for pickup. So
Okay. Whatever
ordering.
works. Whatever works. All right, ladies. I'll see you in a little bit.
right.
Bye-bye.